In this tutorial, we'll create a document, add some pictures and hyperlinks, and share it with a colleague. To create a text document, start by clicking on the red Create button. Then choose Document. Your document will open up in a new tab. The first thing you should do is retitle your document. That's like giving it a file name. Click at the top left corner where it says Untitled Document, and then rename your document. I'll call this one My Summer Vacation. Click OK when you're done. You'll notice that there's no Save button in Google Docs. That's because all changes are saved every few seconds. You should notice that your toolbar and menu bar appear virtually the same as any other text editor, such as Microsoft Word, that you might use. The File menu and Insert menu will probably be the two that you use most often. Let's start adding some text to our document. Once again, you should notice that the changes are saved every few seconds. Let's look at how to add an image to a Google Doc. Click on the Insert menu and then choose Image. Google offers you a variety of sources to get your images from. First off, we'll take a look at uploading an image from your hard drive or memory stick into your document. Click on the blue button to choose an image. Navigate to a folder on your hard drive that has pictures, and then select an appropriate picture for your document. You can double click on it or click on the Open button to insert the image into your document. This image that I've inserted is too big for the page. So what I can do is click on it and then grab a corner to resize it. Basically the same as any other text editor. Right now it's in line with the text, which means the image will appear wherever I put it in relation to the cursor. If I'd like the image to stay in a fixed position and have the text wrap around it, I simply click on Fixed Position. Now let's look at another way to insert an image using Google Image Search. Click on the Insert button again and then choose Image. I'm going to go to Search. What this is a way for me to search Google Images. Google will return Creative Commons licensed images that are labeled for commercial reuse with modification. This means that you could actually sell a product you create with this, or you can modify the images that you find in these search results. I'm going to type in camping because that's another thing I like to do on my summer vacation. Let's see what search results come back. So I can use any of these search results. But let's just say that I'm actually looking for a clip art image. I can click on any type and then choose just to have clip art results returned to me. Now I've just got cartoonish clip art type results that I can use in my document. I'll choose the orange tint. Once again, I'll need to resize my image. The other sources for images include using your webcam to take a snapshot, choosing the URL of an image that you already know is on the internet, a Picasa or Google Plus photo album, and you can also search your drive for JPEGs, GIFs, or PNG files that you've saved there. I'm going to click Cancel and return to my document. Once again, notice that everything has already been saved. Now let's learn how to add a live hyperlink to our document. There are several reasons you might want to do this. For instance, you might want students to be able to access a resource such as a text page, video, or online learning game. You also might have students do research on the internet, record their research, and provide a live hyperlink back to the original source document. Because I'm talking about camping here, let's link to the Ontario Parks homepage. I'll come down below my tent and then write instructions for what I'd like the students to do. I want my active hyperlink to be just on the words "click here," so I'll highlight them. Next, I'll open up a new tab and actually find the Ontario Parks website. Because my students are working in English, I'll jump right through to the English page. This is the link that I would want to provide to the students. So I'll highlight it, copy it, and then return to my Google Doc. I've still got the click here highlighted. Now I want to add the hyperlink. I'll do that by clicking on the link button in the toolbar and then pasting the URL into the pop-up dialog box. Once I'm done, I click OK and return to my document. The way hyperlinks work in Google Docs is to click on them the first time, you see the URL provided below. You actually need to click on the URL to have the link open up in a new tab. I'll close my Ontario Parks tabs now and return to my document. Now, let's look at the most powerful game-changing feature in Google Docs. We're going to share our document. Click on the blue Share button in the top right of your screen. When the dialog box opens, you'll see that the document is private and only the people listed below can access it. Right now, that's just me. I can change the privacy settings on my document by clicking on the Change button and then modifying them. If I set the document up so that York Region District School Board can access and view it, it means that people could search through Google Docs and your document may come up as one of the search results. If I click on People at York Region District School Board with the link, that means anyone who gets the link to the document can access it. You don't have any control of who can access your document once it's shared in this way. If it's private, then only the people that you choose to share the document with will be able to view it. I'm going to leave my document private. I'll click Save. Now, to add colleagues or students, all I need to do is type their names into the Add People box at the bottom of the page. I'll start by typing my colleague Jason's name in. He's listed, so I'll click on him. One of the interesting things about Google Apps is I control what level of access Jason gets. If he's an editor, he can invite other people to the document and make changes to it, including deleting. He can't delete the document from me, but he can move it to his own trash. If he's a commenter, then all he can do is comment in the margins. If he's only a viewer, that's pretty much all he can do, is see the document. I don't need to notify him via email because the document will actually show up in his Shared With Me folder. I'm also going to add my own Gmail account. You can share with people outside of the school board if you have their specific Google account address. Now that I've chosen the people I want to share with, I'll click on Share and Save. You'll notice that the computer will warn you about skipping sending invitations. That just means that people will have to look in their Shared With Me folder before they notice what you've shared. Click OK. I'm also getting a warning because I've shared it outside of our @gaps.yrdsb.ca domain. I feel pretty comfortable sharing this document with myself. Once I've identified the people I want to share with, I click done. You can't see this now, and you'll kind of have to trust me, but I want you to watch the top right corner of the screen up here to see what happens when I access this document from my Gmail account. So I'm switching computers and opening up the document. An avatar appears in the top right of your screen, identifying who else is in the document with you. If you hover over it, you can see their name. If you click on it, you can actually see where they are in the document. I'm still going to leave my computer that I'm recording this on untouched and switch over to my other computer. If you watch my cursor, you'll see that I'm not actually moving back into the document with this computer that I'm recording on. The cursor identifies who's typing, and I can go back and see who's made the changes. I can bring my own cursor up and continue typing. It takes a little bit of time to get used to working in a document with multiple people. And when you start with students, you're better off having them work in pairs than trying to get the whole class into one document. What's really cool now is that we can actually track the revisions. I'll add one more thing with my Gmail account. All right, we've got a great document to work with. Let's take a look at how the revision history works. Go to the File menu and click on See Revision History. You'll see all the changes that have happened in the document. Google Apps will track thousands of changes and keep them for years at a time. I can still access documents that I've created back in 2008 and see all the changes that occurred in the document. Here's an earlier version of my document, and another. Here's the version right before I started typing with my Gmail account. You can see that my Gmail account is identified in pink. Now I actually see what changes I made with my Gmail account identified in pink, matching up on the side. Here are some changes that I made in green, and my final set of revisions. If I want to choose a previous version of the document to restore, I can simply click on it and click on Restore this version. If I decide that was a mistake, I simply go back to the File menu, choose See Revision History, and then choose the version that I had a couple of minutes ago. What's nice about this is if you delete information and later on you only want to bring back a small piece of information, you can simply choose a previous version, find the text that you want to copy it, close the revision history, and then add it to your current version of the document by pasting it. The last thing we'll take a look at in this introductory tutorial is how to add comments to a document. Let's pretend that this is a piece of student writing and I want to know where my family is located. I might highlight Visit My Family and then click on the comment button. Now I'll give the student my feedback. When I'm done, I press Comment. What's really neat about this is that a student can actually click on the comment and respond to the teacher. They should also respond in the text of the document. When the changes have been made, the student or the teacher can click on the Resolve button and they'll disappear. But what's really neat is if you want to track that history and see what the feedback was, you can view it by clicking on Comments at the top of the page. Take some time to play with Google Docs. Experiment with the different features and different menus. Share a document with a colleague or student. Try and give each other feedback and comments. A piece of advice that I always give for people starting out is the next time you go to create a document that you would normally use Microsoft Word for, try creating it in Google Docs and see what you can do.